You ever seen big, baddest veins while running on someone's hands? Basically radiating the feeling of power and masculinity, which grabs not only yours, but attention of all ladies around as well? Yeah, today we are going to discuss how to get those. In fact, not just only that, also mention supplements, diet, and even what kind of training will get you best result with the actual workout. My name is Nas, and let's begin. Muscularity in sport is known as having prominent, highly visible superficial veins. The more vascular you are, the more visible veins you have. Let's briefly mention anatomy. First goes bone, muscle, veins, fat, and of course skin. Water. In short, the way to get vascular is to get muscles to push vein close to the skin, having less of the fat between skin and veins. We have long-term and short-term approaches to the problem. As fat makes it more difficult for vein to be visible, it is a good idea to keep body fat percentage between 8 and 16% for good visibility. Although it also depends how much muscles you actually have, as it will help us by pressing veins toward the skin, expand and reinforce them. First way is to expand vein by stimulating blood flow, and there is nothing better than pump type of training to achieve this. What is the difference between normal and pump training, you ask? Normally it's just less weight and more repetitions. For example, 50% of your maximum 1 repetition weight for 15 repetitions. Although it will make very slightly depending on the objective of the training. Pump will give an immediately big increase of vascularity. Doing this often, on the other hand, will provide positive permanent effect on visibility of vein and muscular volume. Now to the next part. By keeping lower sugar and salt intake, we can reduce the amount of the fat and retain water in the body, as salt keeps water in the body tissue. But an interesting fact, if you want vein only for a few hours, having a proper meal, pizza or just snacks before going out will really help you. Also, don't go crazy of reducing the salt. Intake, keep it about 1400 to 2000 mg a day. Since if the amount of salt is too low, you may experience fatigue during training, dehydration or muscle cramp. Okay, now we know that before going out we have to get a little snack and do some pump. But can we get something more? Of course we can. Supplement. In human body, nitric oxide is one of the things responsible for a blood vessel size regulation. From my experience, which is supported by scientific research, L-citrulline is really useful for this, as it increases level of arginine in blood, which in turn increases the amount of nitric oxide, therefore improving blood flow and volume of the veins, especially useful before training. Not only that, L-citrulline is often considered as a type of pre-workout. Now before I show you my secret workout routine to get wild arms, let's do a quick summary. For long-term results, slightly reduce salt and sugary intake. Keep body fat about 8 to 16%. If possible, take L-citrulline before training. Drink enough water. For short-term results, get a meal or a snack. Take L-citrulline, wait 10 to 15 minutes. And do any exercise for biceps for 15 to 20 reps. At least one set. Now, finally the best part. Now I'm gonna show you my secret workout that's gonna help you to make these huge veins. First exercise, dumbbell curls, 4 sets, 15 repetitions. The technique is slightly modified, as you have to keep your wrist low and elbow fixed on your body. The benefit of this version is better pump for biceps peak and widening of the biceps. Dumbbells can be replaced by barbell. Try to do this exercise slow. 1 minute of rest between sets and 3 minutes rest after exercise. Next exercise, start position similar to the previous one. Hands in front of the elbows, fixed to the body. But now wrist position is horizontal. And rotate inward as we lift. 3 sets of 8 repetitions. 1 minute of rest between sets and 5 minutes after the exercise. And last one, ideally would be used rubber bands, but as alternative we could use dumbbells or a barbell which less vertical grip. Slightly lean forward. Elbows by your sides. Wrist position vertical. Don't put your hands all the way down as we need to keep in tension. Take smaller weight and try to do 30 repetitions for 2 sets. 40 seconds is rest between sets. That's it for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them. Train smart and be strong.